afternoon, moms and pops, grandmas and grandpas, and daddies and mommies, whatever title you go by when you're raising a child. I give you kudos because we as children don't come with instructions. Our parents didn't have instructions. We don't have instructions. We do the best we know how to do with what we have. And this page is to serve us. We make everything else so important. There are companies and they have these trainings, to show you how to do the best, because it's about the bottom line. The bottom line is about making money for their company. So the bottom line with being a parent should be the best parent you can to bring out the best in your children. So that's why we're here. We're going to have some fun. You'll see that I have a silly personality. I'll say some things intentionally to make you laugh, because I unfortunately I've dealt with a lot of things that were not funny at all, and things that I've experienced and seen. But you'll get to know all about that as we continue on this journey. I can't remember the person's name, but I want to thank them for their comment. I do this to encourage others, no matter where you are, that you can get through it. And it blessed me that I was able to bless them. Please comment. I love to read your comments. I'll respond as quickly as I can. I just love what I do. I know that I was actually born for this. I was born to mother and to nurture. It's something that just came very, very easy for me. Very easy. And I'm just thankful to God for it. I have nothing to do with it. It was just a gift that I was given. So let's go on. Today we're going to talk about, I'm saying mothering, but no, for sure I mean the dads and the males as well. But it's called Mothering the Mother. Who's going to care for you? I looked up the word nurture. Nurture, that means to care for and encourage the growth or development of someone you cherish. You have a hope or belief or ambition, so you grow them up in those things. And that's what our aim is to do as a parent. But a lot of times when we don't know how to do that, and we're hurt ourselves, everybody's heard that saying that hurt people hurt people. And unfortunately, it's true. But we want to break that habit. We don't want to bring that to the next generation of children. We want to have the tools and the skills we need to bring out the best in our children. Now, what I just read was the verb of nurture. I'm going to read the noun of virtue. It says the process of caring for and encouraging the growth or development of someone or something. I'm going to read that again. The process of caring for and encouraging growth or development of someone. Yeah, we want to say what we need to say to make them grow and develop into the best people they can be. But to do that, we have to have what we need as individuals so that we can actually see. I've talked to many adults, people old as me, people older than me, that at this point in their life, they still don't know what their gifts are. So it's kind of hard to lead your children towards their gifts when we, the adults, don't know what our giftings and our callings are, or to just watch our kids with that watchful eye so that we can see, like, they tend to do this or they tend to be that. Because what you're born to do is an innate ability. It's not something you have to work up. It just comes easy. I have a piece of paper here so I can look at to keep up with my notes. Anyway, to lead an upbringing, to educate, and give them the environment they need, to influence them in a certain area. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do as parents. We want to influence them in the area that brings out their best. You know, too many of us as adults are looking through the lens of our past. I was definitely one of them. We're looking through the lens of our past. I'm going to tell you a story, but if you look in, it's called Underlining Issues. I'm sorry, I hear the fire truck or whatever, and it made me lose my train of thought. But if you look, I just posted today, so both of these should be posted today. Hopefully I can get this up today as well. It's called Underlining Issues, but I'm going to give you the story from Underlining Issues so you can kind of get where I'm going, even though I'm not going to get into that teaching. You can watch that teaching. It's only 10 minutes long. I'm not trying to keep you long on any video. What I've learned for myself as well, we really, as people, we don't retain a lot of information. Sometimes you can say so much that people forget everything you said. You know, if you just give a few pointers, they can hold on to those, and then you just come back sooner, and then you just get that. That's how I learned. I learned that way. So I'm going to do this the same way I receive it. Okay, but we call Underlining Issues. But this is the story. The story is about this couple who sat in their kitchen. They lived in that neighborhood for years. They sat in the kitchen in the morning, like a lot of couples do, around the table, talk, drink coffee, read the newspaper. And the wife said, our new neighbors, I keep looking, I don't know what the problem is. I'm looking at the clothes she has hanging outside on her clothesline, and they always seem to be dingy. They're just not as clean as they should be. I wonder what the problem is. So they just went on. The husband, he just he just hunched his shoulders. So anyway, a few days later, she said, oh my goodness. She said, hon, she said she must have changed detergents or something. She must have changed detergents because now her clothes are clean. I was like, okay. And the husband said, I know what the problem was. And she said, what? It wasn't her, it was our windows. Our windows had a buildup of grime. So we weren't seeing clearly. And that's exactly what happens with things that have happened to us in our past. So it causes us not to see things clearly, not to think clearly about a lot of things. We see it with that filter, with that dirty filter, like that dirty window they were looking at. So when you get a chance, go to Underlining Issues, that's what it's called, and watch that, and you'll get the rest of it. But I just said all that to say, don't allow your issues to continue to lead you. We need clear vision for our families. And speaking of vision, do you have a vision for your family? You know, with our education, we grow up and we figure, okay, I want to do this and I want to do this. So we go to school for that and we study for this, and we have a weight loss program and we do this and we do that. But how many actually have a written vision for their family? What they want their family to accomplish? Not the individual children, that's something different, but your family unit. What do you want to see as the outcome of your family unit. When you're old and gray, maybe 85, sitting back, sitting in something like this or on the porch, and you're drinking your tea, and you're thinking back, what has your family done in the way of what you would have seen? Because you don't want to get older and live with a lot of regret. That's one thing that, unfortunately, my parents dealt with very hard as they got older. They saw the error of a lot of their ways when they were younger, and how they handled a lot of things in the household. And they were always apologizing. And I was like, you did what you knew how to do then. And once you learned better, you did better. But if we can not make those mistakes, why not just not make those mistakes? So that's basically what I'm saying. Especially if you're a young parent, oh my gosh, you're so ahead of us who have grown children. Like my son, Sunday, just turned 29. I'm like, oh, I have a grown son who's married and has a child. And then I have a daughter who's 27. So there are things that I wish I had done differently, definitely. There are definitely things I wish I would have done differently, but there are also so many things that I'm grateful that I can say. I'm grateful that I can say that I know I did right, because I went how I needed to bring out the best in them. So that's exactly what happened there. So that's what we're talking about. And let's get to the next thing. Yeah, I talked to a group of single moms one day, and I asked them, you know what? Tell me, who takes care of you? You take care of the children, you take care of the husband, you take care of mommy and daddy. If you go to work, you have to do that. You have to take care of the household. Well, who takes care of you? Who are you leaning on for your strength? We need people around us that we can lean on and depend on. But then there's still a part that only you can do. I heard this. I love telling stories. I heard this story about a guy who was praying to God because he wanted to win the lottery. And then the lottery came, and he was asking God, why didn't I win? He said, well, for you to win, you have to play. I'm not telling anybody to go play the lottery. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying the story. So there's a part for us to do. That's basically what I'm saying. There's a part for us to do. You have to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, and when to run. When it's like, if I don't get some time for me, just for me, not for mama, not for daughter, not for sister, not for friend, not for employee. Like for me, I'm Trisha. If I don't get some time just for Trisha, there's going to be a problem. You have to learn to do that for yourself, because we all deserve it and we all need it. Let me tell you, I'm not even sure how many years it's been on air yet. But let me tell you one thing I love to watch, but then I hate that it's needed, but I'm so glad it's there. Why I feel like I want to cry. Oh my gosh. Woo. I'm very sentimental, y'all. Paternity court. When you listen to the stories of lives and the cover-ups and the people who didn't have the dads and didn't have the moms, you see why these kind of things, these kind of places to hear and talk and ask questions is so needed. It's so needed in our society. There are 7 mountains that make up a society, and family is at the very top, and everything else stands on family. So when our families get stronger, we'll see other stuff get stronger. And that's a bee. Please don't play with me. I don't like bees, y'all. And I don't want I may, if it comes over this way again, I will stop and then I will pick this up with another video a little later, because I don't do bees, but I love being outside. I love being outside. So when it's a nice sunny day during the summer and through the fall, I will probably do most of mine out here. I love it outside. I'm an outside baby. As long as I'm not in the sun. I don't like the sun, because the sun is always giving me a headache. And sidebar, anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to come on again for a few minutes today, and just to let you know that every mom and father, you can do this. We're going to do this together. We're going to share a lot of information. I've actually written a book on parenting, and I'm waiting and working for the funds to get it edited like it needs to be, so I can get it out. I haven't said it yet, but I'm a believer in Jesus, and the book is called Parenting from God's Perspective. And so I'll share a lot of things from that book. I may do that tomorrow. Let me see how many of you watched today. And if you ask me to share it tomorrow, or I'll just go with other stuff. That book itself is 200 pages long. That's a lot of words. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I love talking to people, but I write the way I talk, and that doesn't read well. So, but God is going to have what I need to get that done as well, because I know it's some wonderful things that He showed me about myself that I needed to straighten out. That way, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't repeat those cycles. And I'm so grateful. I'm really, really, really grateful, and I'm excited for you to meet my children. I'm gonna keep talking about it until our schedules get together and the three of us can do it. We'll probably do it as a Zoom. And then I'll upload it here. But like I said, you can do this. You can do this. We're gonna do this together. We are going to be that army of parents that people are going to say, "What did you do? Your children turned out so well." That's what we're going to do. That's our aim. That's our goal. That's our aim. That's our goal. And we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. And everybody will benefit. All right? See you next time. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.